Welcome to the E-class of organization behavior. This is our first video that we are having through the e-learning resource, and hope it works out well and you are able to understand the topics that we are discussing through this particular video. Well, as you all are aware that we have already winded up Unit 1, Unit 2 and Unit 4 of your syllabus. So today we will be beginning with the third unit of your syllabus, which is on decision making and communication. We'll be beginning with the decision making part today, and we'll have very short videos of various topics of about say 10 to 15 minutes each. So the first video that I'm going to share with you will be on the concept, on the basic paradoxes of decision making, and what are the various characteristics of decision making, or why do we need to take a decision. So beginning with what is decision making, or what is the concept behind making a decision, I would suggest just pause this video for a minute or so and just think about yourself that why do we need to take a decision? What are the circumstances in which we take a decision, or what are the circumstances when we need to decide upon certain things? And then come back to the video and listen to our further deliberations and discussions. Well, I hope you paused the video and you thought of it, you gave a thought to it. So, if you will think of any circumstance wherein you have ever decided anything, we keep on making decisions in our day-to-day life. On daily basis, we are taking hundreds of decisions. So whenever we say that I have decided or I am deciding, you would see that it is a phase wherein various options are available for doing the same thing. And that is the place wherein I have to choose out something. So say if I have to go to my college, so I can go by metro, I can take a cab, I can drive my own car, or I can take an auto, or maybe I can take a bus. So there are various alternatives available. Now from this I'll choose out one. So I have to make a decision that which mode of transport I have to use to travel from my home to college. Just think of a situation wherein say only one mode of transport is available from your home to the college, which is a bus. Right, a public transport bus which you can take, which gives you a route from your home to college. You do not get cabs near your area. You do not have a metro near your area or near your college. You cannot take an auto because of any reason. So the only thing that is available with you is a bus. Now in this situation, you do not need to decide. Why? Because there is no other way available. Only when there are more than one way available to do a particular thing, we need to go into the process of decision making. So if I define decision making, we can say that it is a process wherein we have to choose out, wherein we have to select from the alternative courses of action in order to meet out my objective. So the example which we took, my objective was to reach college. The alternative courses of action were there: metro route, bus route, auto route, or taking a cab or driving my own car. And then I chose out one particular option depending upon which is the best possible alternative for me. So this is the definition. Now from this definition only, we'll try to bring out the characteristics of decision making. So the first characteristic, as we have already discussed, is that there must be a choice involved. If the choices are not involved, we do not have to decide anything. If there is only one way of doing a particular thing, I do not have to choose from it. Say for example, you want to pursue MBA after your BCom course. Now, when you look at the MBA courses available, you have seen that you have to apply for CAT. Right, you have to get a CAT score, and on the basis of CAT score only all the MBA schools are taking admission. This we are taking as a hypothetical example. Now when the CAT score comes, there is a cutoff list which every college comes up with. Now we are taking up two situations. One situation is wherein as per your CAT cutoff which you have received, the CAT percentile that you have received, you are qualifying in the cutoff of 4 MBA institutes or 4 MBA colleges which are offering MBA of your choice. So herein you will have to decide because it involves a choice. The second situation, hypothetical situation that we are taking is that you have a CAT score. You have seen the cutoff percentiles of all the institutes and there is only one institute wherein your cutoff is coming. So herein, because there is only one institute wherein you can join in the MBA course, no choice is involved. So you do not have to decide anything because you want to pursue MBA, वो तो join करना ही है. एक ही कॉलेज है जहाँ पे आपका नंबर आ रहा है, जहाँ पे आपके लिए सीट अवेलेबल है. So you will just go and you will join that particular college. First situation में हमने कहा that there are 4 colleges wherein you have applied and you are getting a chance, you are getting a seat. So you have to choose out of these 4 wherein you want to join in. The second characteristic of decision making is that it's an intellectual process. Now, obviously, when I have to make a choice from the alternative courses of action, I'll have to apply my mind to it. I'll have to apply my brain to it. So that is why we call it an intellectual process. Now, whenever we are doing a mind exercise, whenever we are making a choice through an intellectual process, we have to go into the deliberations, discussions and reasoning for making a particular choice. So this is our third characteristic of decision making, that it involves deliberation and reasoning. Deliberations basically means discussions on a particular thing, that why this and why not the other alternative. So when I am making a choice, continuing with our earlier example, we have 4 institutes wherein I have got a seat for the MBA course and I have to choose out. So there can be various parameters on the basis of which you have to choose. That we'll be studying in the decision making process, that how the process goes of making a decision. But one thing we all know, that you will think of various things. घर के पास होना चाहिए, या fee structure can be another parameter, or maybe the placement can be a parameter, or the subjects of your choice, maybe the faculty can be another parameter. So depending upon which parameters you are thinking of, you will deliberate upon the facts that which institute you want to choose, and accordingly you will make a choice. Once you have made a choice, you will also need to reason out that why I have chosen this particular course of action. In this case, why I have chosen this particular MBA institute over the others. If that is clear in our mind, we will be more confident about our decision, that why I have chosen this over the others. The next characteristic or the next feature of decision making is that it is related to environment. Now, in our organizations, if we talk about organizations, we have already started that they are open systems, which means they are impacted by the outside environment. Our decision making is also impacted by the environment. When we were talking about management and we said that the things get impacted by the external environment and they impact the kind of decisions that you are taking, or they impact the organization as a whole, we also talked about the fact that the environment conditions keep on changing, so our management decisions would change. The theories of management that we apply would change. So herein also we are saying the same thing, that when you are talking about the decision making, you are aware of a particular environmental condition and according to that you are taking a decision. Now, if this environmental condition changes, the environment means anything outside your vicinity. It can be n number of things. So, any of those things change, it might lead to a change in your decision. Let's take an example. Say you want to travel from your home to the college. Now, till date, your preferred route or your preferred mode of transport was traveling by metro, because it was convenient from your home to the college. It was cheap, it saves money, it saves time because you do not get stuck in traffic, and it's easier to travel. It does not, you do not have to drive. So and metro will always be running. So it's unlike cabs, you book a cab and it gets cancelled or something. That is not going to happen. So there are various benefits of traveling by metro. So you chose that mode of transport for traveling from your home to the college. This was the preferred mode of transport till now, because in those environmental conditions it was the best. Now say the environmental conditions have changed, right? Because of the outbreak of coronavirus, your parents or even the government or the NGOs, they all are saying that you should avoid public places, avoid public transports, and travel out only if it is necessary. So it's better to be safe. That is the only precaution that you can take. So in this case, now if you have to travel to college, say for some urgent work, then what will you do? Now your preferred mode will not be the metro. Why? Because that is dangerous. Therein, it's a public mode of transport. There will be n number of people traveling in metro. You do not know. There might be somebody who is infected with it, with the coronavirus, and you do not want to get into contact with them. So you might prefer to take a cab, or maybe you might prefer to drive your own car. Now see, herein the environmental conditions have changed. Same objective is there, you have to reach from your home to the college. But because the environmental conditions have changed, your decision has changed. Earlier, your decision was to travel through metro. Now, your decision is to travel through your own car or maybe take a private cab in order to avoid any kind of contact with the public mode of transport or coming in contact with a large amount of public, right? So this is how the environment impacts your decision. The last feature of decision making that we are going to discuss in this video is that it involves a time dimension and a time lag. We'll understand both these terms. Time dimension defines that whether it is a short-term decision or it is a long-term decision. Now, depending upon the kind of decision that you are taking, the short-term and long-term's definition can change. Ideally, long-term decision is something from 1 year to 5 years, and anything below 1 year that your decision is going to impact is a short-term decision. But as I said, that depending upon the kind of decision that you are taking, this time dimension might change. There might be certain decisions wherein market is very volatile, it's very dynamic and always changing. So therein even 3 months or 6 months might be a long-term thing, right? So it would depend on the environment and the conditions and the decision that you are taking. But it is important for us to understand that the decision that I am taking as of now is a short-term decision or a long-term decision. That's the time dimension. Second is time lag. Now, whenever you are deciding about anything, it is something that is going to happen in future, right? We have taken 2 examples till now. One, we said that you have to travel from your home to college, right? So it is going to be implemented immediately, but then it's again about the future, right? At least few minutes after you have decided that, okay, I am traveling by metro. After few minutes of that, you will be taking metro. Or you have decided that I'll travel by my car. Then after few minutes only, you will be driving your own car. So this lag which is there, that you have decided right now and it will be implemented after some time, this difference of time is known as time lag. The difference which comes in between taking a decision and implementing a decision. These were the examples which you took from our daily life. But if we talk about the organizations, today they might be deciding that we want to launch a new product, right? Or we want to bring out a new service in the industry which we want to offer to our clients. Now, in between deciding that we want to come up with a new product or service and actually launching it, there will be a time which will go in between for developing that product, for doing R&D, then for manufacturing of that product, advertising that product, and finally that product will come into the market. So this difference which is there, this is known as time lag. Why is it important to understand the time lag? Because greater the time lag is there, greater are the chances that the uncertainty in the environment would creep in. I am taking a decision right now, I am implementing it after a few minutes or I am implementing it after 1 hour, the time lag is less. So the chances are high that whatever decision I have taken would be right. There would be no changes required in that, right? But greater the time lag, today I am deciding that I have to go by metro. after 3 days, right? So there is a time lag. So chances are high that, something might happen in between. The metro stations might get closed. There might be some repair work going on or any other kind of a thing due to which I might not be able to travel by metro. So my decisions might change. So as and when the time lag keeps on increasing, the chances are high that there would be uncertainty in the environment and you might be required to revisit your decisions. So this is what we understand by the concept of time lag. Greater the time dimension. So if it is a long-term decision, greater would be the time lag between decision making and implementation of decision. Greater the time lag, more uncertainty is there related to the decision that you are taking, and more rigorous process must be followed for making such particular decisions. So this was the last characteristic of the decision making, and this is it for this particular video. In the next video that I'll be sending it to you all will be on the types of decisions, right? The bifurcations of the decisions that are there. Thank you. Bye bye.